Imagine going for a walk down the street. The birds are chirping, the sun is shining, everything is just perfect. That is, until you turn the corner and you witness an illegal crime or even a murder take place. Now, you might not think this is likely to happen to you, but you probably didn't know, on average, the average person walks by 36 murders in their lifetime, according to Techly.com. So if you witness a serious crime and your life then becomes in danger, the Witness Protection Program will step in and protect you. As long as you agree to testify in court, the Witness Protection Program will provide you with a new identity to live by in order to keep you safe from any threats. Today, I'm going to tell you about when and why the program was created, what the Witness Protection Program is, and more about some famous cases where famous people were admitted into the program. The Witness Protection Program, also known as the WITSEC or Witness Security Program, was created less than 60 years ago. A man named Gerald Schur, who was the attorney in charge of the Intelligence and Special Service Unit of the United States Department of Justice and Racketeering Service of the Organized Crime section of the United States Department of Justice, came up with the idea in the mid-1960s, seeing a great need for the program. When creating the program, Schur estimated that 10 individuals would enter the program each year. However, even in the 1970s, when the program began, there would be an average of one gang member requesting protection each week. Today, after its 48 years of service, the WITSEC has successfully relocated and protected more than 18,400 men, women, and children. Yet not one of the 8,500 witnesses or 9,900 of their family members have been harmed or killed while in their care, according to the U.S. Marshal Service. This sort of protection did not exist before. In fact, it did not exist at all before 1971. So it is crucial that it be created to protect witnesses and enable more people not only to be comfortable giving testimonies that are crucial to a case that would have before led to the murder of the testifier, but also provide safety and protection for so many Americans, which has caused many other countries around the globe to create their own versions of the program. In the WITSEC, you will be under 24-hour protection and receive financial assistance for housing and subsistence for basic living expenses and medical care. The program also provides for job training and employment assistance, all at free of cost. Your life will be protected and your family safe. People on average receive $60,000 during their time in the Witness Protection Program, but some have received over $1 million when requiring extensive care. Once accepted into the program, individuals' names are altered. However, in many cases, they are allowed to keep their first and maybe even their middle names. This may seem counterproductive to some. However, this decision is made purposefully. Keeping some part of your old name helps witnesses transition into their new lives much easier and helps people get used to their new identities. It also ensures they don't slip up or react to their old name if it's said out loud, which would reveal their old identity. We don't know too much about what happens when you are accepted into the program because it is crucial and remain very secretive, so people are not easily identified by those who wish to harm them when they enter the program. All we know are stories about what has happened to people who have been in the WITSEC before. If you are accepted into the program, you are allowed to bring some family with you, and depending on your case, you may bring your spouse, kids, aunt, uncle, grandma, or grandma even when necessary. However, the program doesn't just accept anyone. Before being accepted into the program, you must have met a few conditions. According to Rinkit.com, you must pay off all your old debts, including house and car, and must leave all your belongings behind, including things like your house, car, letters, jewelry, and diary, to prevent any way for people to identify the individuals when they enter their new life. According to NewYorkTimes.com, one child wasn't even permitted to take a goodbye drawing made by a classmate because it had his name on it. You also must leave your family pet behind. And since 75% of all people in the Witness Protection Program are criminals themselves, according to Gerald Schur, there are certain tests people must pass before being admitted into the program. For example, you must pass any random alcohol and drug tests they may decide to administer to you, as well as go through extensive psychological testing to ensure you do not pose a threat to your community. You're also required to lie to everyone you meet. Yes, everyone, no exceptions. Even if you marry a new person, you may not tell them of your previous identity. And if you see someone you used to know in public, you must act like you have never seen them before in your life and flee the scene as soon as possible. Being in the WITSEC is tough, but it is definitely worth it. Henry Hill is one of the most famous cases of people who have told their story of their time in the Witness Protection Program. He is a man born in Brooklyn, New York, who grew up to become a New York mobster and drug trafficker with 25 years of history with the Luckatese crime family, and was still admitted into the Witness Protection Program after he assisted the FBI in getting 50 convictions and putting away notorious mobsters like James Brooke and Paul Vario. His story was turned into the Martin Scorsese film Goodfellas and book Wise Guy, Life of a Mafia, according to Biography.com. Another famous former member of the Witness Protection Program is a man named Leroy Nicky Barnes, aka Mr. Untouchable, who was known as one of the biggest drug lords in American history, and was the man who formed the Council, which was a 7-man African-American organized crime party that organized much of the heroin trade in New York City. When he was arrested and sentenced to life in prison, he discovered that the Council, the drug ring he was a part of, had turned against him. And as a result, he decided to turn over 109 names, including his own wife, which ultimately helped convict 16 criminals and was then admitted into the Witness Protection Program for his own safety. Today, we learned about what the Witness Protection Program is, when and why it was created, and famous cases where famous people were admitted into the program. After hearing this speech, I hope you have gathered a better understanding of what the mysterious Witness Protection Program is.